Hey everybody. John here. I don't normally do a modification of a previous video. I sort of just get on with life and don't go back. But about 4 years ago, I did a review of the McRae Jungle Boot, and I don't think or don't feel at this time like that was an honest representation of how good this boot is. And so I don't necessarily want to dwell on the greatness of the McRae boot, although we're going to touch on that. I want to talk to you about the importance of getting the right size for your foot. Because what happened in the past 4 years ago was the boot I was wearing was a 10.5 wide. And so at that time, in the video that I made, I described what I felt or experienced as a little slop in the heel cup. Almost like if you had the boot unlaced or what have you, that you could step right out of it. And that gave me, I didn't like that feel. I thought, the boot was comfortable, but not that comfortable. Then last year, I got a pair of 10.5 regulars. The difference between a regular and a wide was like night and day. And I'm telling you, this is the best boot, the best piece of footwear I have ever had on my foot in my 59 years. And I've worn a lot of dress shoes to go to private school and work in the office and whatnot, a lot of sneakers, a lot of cleats to play soccer in, blah, blah, blah. Hundreds of shoes have been on my feet, undoubtedly. And this is by far the best pair of footwear I've ever had. And I'll tell you why. When you put your foot in this boot, you are aware of the leather and the upper and the heel cup and all that. You're aware of it just being there and holding your foot, if that makes sense. But there's no hot spot. There's no real direct contact that you're like, oh, that'll be annoying in a few hours. It's just like a comforting hug is there. I've never had a pair of boots, a pair of shoes, or anything fit me this well and to this comfort level without any weird, goofy Dr. Scholl's insert or insole or any of that sort of stuff. Right out of the box, this is a phenomenal pair of boots. Now, it's also on par with the pair of boots that you could pay easily $180 to $200 for. So it's not necessarily a cheap investment. And that's okay because it's not cheap quality. This is top quality. I expect this pair of boots to last me the rest of my life. And I say that because I have a pair of boots that Uncle Sam issued me that I've had for the last 40 years. And if you take care of them, they will last. Now, that being the case, what I'd like to do is encourage you to take the time to get the right size. And if that means you got to mail them back a couple of times and try on a couple of different sizes, then I think it's worth that few bucks in postage to do that. Because as I said, if you're going to be serious about wearing a pair of boots in either a professional situation where maybe you're a security guard or a SWAT team member or just sheriff's posse or patrolman or night watchman, what have you, or in my case, I wore these because I worked as a campground maintenance, and I wanted something that met the standard of spike protection, but was also light. With the canvas uppers, this is a light boot. This is a really nice boot. But going back to what I was saying, I think it's worth the effort to either travel to a place where you can find them sitting on the shelf and try them on, or play tag, if you will, and send them back a couple of times and get the right size. If you get the right size, you should have no regret about spending the money on this boot. I can't talk highly enough about it. That being the case, if you have any questions about this boot, and it's the McRae 7189, is the style, but it's basically the only jungle boot they put out. Although they may do a tan one. I don't know. I can't remember. If you have any questions about this boot, by far, let me know. I love answering questions, and the nice thing is, it's made in America. Anyway, talk to you later. John out.